Yeah, hey, this shit easy, nigga. Hey, all I'm talking about, nigga, I'm still out here trying to get it.
Contender Regime Boxing, checking back in with y'all, man. What's going on? Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. You dig what I'm saying? JERMALL CHARLO posted on social media last night after the Canelo Alvarez and Billy Joe Saunders fight. And he said, fuck the money, fuck the fame, fuck the networks. Boxing needs this fight ASAP. He said, I'll drop my belt, I'll lose my belt, and move up to 168 for the Canelo fight. And, you know, that's the type of energy that I like. You know, he called out David Benavidez back when David Benavidez actually had a belt at 168. Didn't really hear too much back from David Benavidez about possibly making a fight until later on down the line. David Benavidez has no title. That's when they really started coming out talking about, oh yeah, you know, I heard, you know, JERMALL CHARLO say he'll fight me. Yeah, I'll fight him. You know what I'm saying? So, and then of course, JERMALL CHARLO was uninterested at the time because it's like, why move up to 168? You have no title. Yeah, it's a great fight for the fans. I would love to see it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the fans would love to see it, but it's like, why would I go up to 168? I'm coming up giving you an advantage, but you ain't even got nothing to bring to the table. So, but with Canelo, the energy is different because JERMALL CHARLO has been trying to fight Canelo for years. At 154, he was trying to fight Canelo. Couldn't get the fight. Canelo moved up to 160. JERMALL CHARLO was a champion at 154. He said, fuck it. Ain't no smoke for me at 154. He had some great wins at 154 versus Trout, versus Julian J. Rock Williams. Went up to 160. Became the mandatory for the WBC. Canelo Alvarez had an opportunity to be undisputed at 160, just like he got an opportunity to be undisputed at 168. Instead of defending his title versus JERMALL CHARLO, he dropped the belt. And he also could have unified with Demetrius Andrade, but he just said fuck it and went up to 168. So now JERMALL CHARLO is at 160. It's a fucking graveyard of a division. It's a dead division. Triple G don't want to fight no smoke, so there's no way that he can unify with Triple G and possibly become undisputed. You know, whatever is going on between Charlo and Andrade, that fight ain't happening. So it's like, damn, what the fuck? He's saying now, I'm willing to go up to 168. Boxing needs this fight. I'll drop my belt and I'll move to 168 and we can make it happen. And like I said, the energy is different because Canelo actually he got the name, he got everything that comes with you know, being a top guy in the sport of boxing. And on top of that, he got 3 titles. So it only makes sense to move up and fight a guy in a higher division when they got everything to lose. It makes perfect sense. So I definitely agree with JERMALL CHARLO's, you know, with his attitude and his energy towards Canelo right now, trying to make this fight. Now, there's no guarantee that Canelo will give you a fight. Because again, as I explained, CHARLO has been trying to fight Canelo for years and could not make the fight happen. But here's how he can put himself in position to possibly get the Canelo fight. Kayla Plant is the IBF champion at 168. Kayla Plant is with PBC. JERMALL CHARLO is with PBC. Now, a while back, Al Heyman and PBC, they offered Canelo a multi-fight deal to fight Plant and CHARLO. It was worth about $75 million. I believe he was going to get $25 million each. You know what I'm saying? Canelo turned that fight down. You did what I'm saying? He turned that deal down from PBC. And he went on ahead and worked out something with Eddie Hearn where he was going to fight. I don't know what he did, like 2 or 3 fights. This is after the lawsuit with DAZN. He ended up doing the lawsuit. He won that, you know what I'm saying? And then he had a little branch off deal with Matchroom and Eddie Hearn, still fighting on DAZN. So now he's a free agent. He can move around and do his own thing. This was his last fight with Eddie Hearn, this Billy Joe Saunders fight. So that's great. That's good news. But going back to JERMALL CHARLO and Kayla Plant, both with PBC. Kayla Plant already fought this year in January. I heard in an interview with Kayla Plant, he said he's looking to come back sometime around September. Jermall Charlo is about to fight in June versus Montiel, a fight that not too many people want to see, but it's a stay busy fight. So he's defending his middleweight title versus Montiel in June. Kayla Plant, like I said, is looking to come back around September. If I'm Jermall Charlo, I am pushing heavy in the office with Al Heyman, anybody at PBC that can make some shit move to get that Kayla Plant fight later on this year, whether it be September, October, or November. This is the best possible way for Jermall Charlo to put himself in position to get that Canelo Alvarez fight. That's a great fight, Jermall Charlo versus Kayla Plant. The winner unifies with Canelo Alvarez for Undisputed. If Canelo Alvarez truly wants to be undisputed at 168, he gonna have to get that IBF belt, and he gonna have to do business with PBC. And if Jermall Charlo can beat Kayla Plant and secure that IBF belt, he ain't got no choice but to see Jermall Charlo. And I think we all believe, I'm pretty sure everybody agree with me that Canelo Alvarez versus Jermall Charlo is a way bigger fight than Canelo Alvarez versus Kayla Plant. And it'll be for Undisputed. That's a great fight. In my opinion, that's a 50-50 fight. I feel like this will be the first 50-50 fight Canelo been in since Erislandy Lara. You know what I'm saying? Well, the Triple G fight, let me take that back. The Triple G fight was a 50-50 fight. Let me take that back. The first fight with Triple G, I pegged that as a 50-50 fight for sure. And that was a good matchup. But since then, and that's the only one that he's had, in my opinion, since the Lara fight. And that was years ago. So one 50-50 fight over the last 7 or 8 years, that's not a whole lot. This will be a great opportunity for everybody to see Canelo Alvarez in an extremely competitive fight versus a young dog, a young lion. You know what I'm saying? Somebody who has all the skills and the ability. You dig what I'm saying? A strong fighter who has the confidence in himself and actually believes that he can win. You know what I'm saying? So I would love to see Canelo Alvarez and Jermall Charlo go at it for Undisputed at 168. And I believe that that's the best possible way for Jermall Charlo to put himself in position to get that Canelo Alvarez fight. He got to push heavy for that Kayla Plant fight. If he going to go up to 168, and if you can't go straight to Canelo, which is going to be very unlikely, go ahead and try to push for that Kayla Plant fight. Kayla Plant just took care of his mandatory and Caleb Truax earlier this year, so he has an opportunity to do a voluntary defense. Jermall Charlo can be that voluntary defense for his first fight at 168. Again, that's a reason to move up to fight for a title. So you go straight to a title with Kayla Plant, and then your next fight, Undisputed, Canelo Alvarez. It don't get no bigger than that, man. It don't get no bigger than that. That's a blockbuster pay-per-view. That's a hell of a fight. It has a history behind it. You know what I'm saying? The fans been wanting to see these two guys fight for the longest. You dig what I'm saying? So y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments. How do y'all feel about a potential matchup with Jermall Charlo versus Kayla Plant leading into Canelo Alvarez and Jermall Charlo fight? And do y'all actually want to see Jermall Charlo versus Kayla Plant? Do y'all think that that's a fight that Kayla Plant would be willing to take on? Do you think that that's a likely path for Jermall Charlo to be able to get Canelo Alvarez in the ring with him? Y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments, man. Contender Regime Boxing. I'll holler at y'all boys, man.